I think it's a good opportunity to look at my Letterboxd Wrapped for the year. And it's not called Letterboxd Wrapped. I think that's just something that Karsten did. And now I'm going to call it that as well because it makes sense. It's like a Spotify Wrap, but for Letterboxd. It's all the things that I saw in the year. And it's also just a way for me to flex on some people. You know who you are, because you saw less films than me, and that means you are not the Cinephile Supreme. But also, to be clear, if you saw more films than me, you are also not the Cinephile Supreme. You need to watch exactly this many and see the exact films that I watched in order to be the Cinephile Supreme. Those are the rules, and I made them, and I'm not going to change them. So, 2023, here we go. 266 films watched, 266 reviews, the first year I've ever done that. 18 lists made, 107 likes given out, which is not many. 89 comments, which is also not many, and 480 hours watching movies. And to be clear, it was only later in the year when I would start to log my rewatches, so it's probably more hours than that, although I do not often rewatch films, although I think that's something that's going to change this year. So, what were my highest rated films? Well, as you will see, a lot of these films are in my top 10 if you have watched that particular video. Go check it out right now, assuming that it's out. We've got Barbie, Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Past Lives, Beau's Afraid, Mission Impossible 7, Poor Things, and Priscilla. Priscilla's not in my top 10, but hey, it was still a good movie. A damn fine movie to be sure. And it's kind of funny, actually, that my favoritist film of the year is not actually here, but if you want to know what that is, once again, you gotta go watch the video. I'm really good at synergy. So by week, hey everyone, looking at this, these are all the films that I watched every single week, or rather the amount of films. Can you guess which week I went to the Toronto International Film Festival? Go ahead, take a wild stab in the dark as to which week was the Toronto International Film Festival. Did you guess here and here? Because you would be very correct. In the week from September 11th to the 17th, I saw 21 films. That's stupid. That's a dumb amount of films to see in 1 week, especially the week before when you watch 11 films. And I guarantee you most of those films were the weekend leading into it, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So many films watched in the span of really 11 days. And then right afterwards, 2 films, because I just could not be bothered to see a movie. And I think that's understandable. For those of you who have gone to a film festival, you probably know what that fatigue is like. It is a lot. When you see a lot of films, you do not want to see another movie for a long ass time. So as I said, 266 film logged, 22.2 films on average a month, which is pretty good. I was aiming for about 20 films a month, and I'm glad that I was able to keep that up. 5.1 films per week, that's actually not that bad, less than a film a day. But manageable. You can watch 5.1 films in a week fairly easily, especially if you do double bills and then take a day off. And I actually kind of love this too, like the days you're most often going to be watching films. I think this is kind of interesting. I was streaming a lot on Tuesdays in 2023, so the fact that I still saw 34 films on a Tuesday is pretty remarkable. How did I do that? Was I live streaming on Wednesdays? No, I was live streaming on Tuesdays. How did I do that? Oh, I was going to see films before streaming. Right. Wow. Man, that's wild. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday are going to be the big days when I was doing reviews. Should I do reviews again? Do you guys want to see short reviews come back to the channel? You let me know. You let me know in the comments if you don't mind. And, of course, Saturday, Sunday, always a good day to watch a movie. The milestones. And this is kind of hilarious because I did watch Karsten's video where he went through his entire Letterboxd Wrapped, and we had the exact same first film, This Place Rules. And this was before the person who was in this got found out for being a sex pest. So that sucks. I kind of wish that I wasn't associated with him in this way. Although I guess he got better and he's back on YouTube now. I don't know. Who knows about this drama? And then also with these daily milestones, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, like, very few of these films are films that I would recommend that people watch. Like Night Cleaners is a cool little documentary, very rarely seen documentary from Britain, I believe, from the 1970s. This is another documentary, actually, Antiochs, which is super cool, but I don't know how anyone's ever going to see it. It's like a very limited distributed documentary. Try to find it if you can. Dry Long So, I think, is one of the films that I watched as part of the South Korean program at TIFF. A Hunting in Venice is not that great, and Aline is even worse. And of course, my last film was Eyes Wide Shut. Saw that at TIFF on New Year's Eve. Great film to see on the very last day of the year, even though it's technically a Christmas movie. And yes, I only watched one film twice, and that was Mission Impossible 7, although I feel like I may have seen other films twice, and I just didn't log them. I'm going to leave all of those bad takes in for this when I cut it down. Now, moving on to the genres, countries, and languages, which I think this is hilarious. I think this is like really interesting because drama, like I wouldn't say that I'm a drama watcher, that I'm a person who watches drama, but I guess that's just what most films are typically. They're probably drama and action, or drama and crime, or drama and romance, and so drama just ends up being the number one highest. Also, I was a little bit sad. One of the things that I went into this year doing or wanting to do was to have USA not be a plurality, or I guess a majority of the films that I watched this year. And since 136 were from the US, I think if you double that, it's over the 266 that I watched. So I was so close, but I fucked up. But hey, this year is another year. But maybe, just maybe, I have a different goal in mind for this year. And you're going to have to stick around and watch to the end of the video to find out what that is. Ooh boy. And of course, most of the films that I ended up watching were in English, 160 out of 266, which does mean that I watched 106 films that were not in English, which is not bad. Not bad at all. How many of you watched 5 Romanian films this year? Well, probably none of you. I bet even Romanian people didn't do that. But this is also cool. You can see on average which things you gave the highest ratings to. So the genre that I gave the highest ratings to was actually documentary, and animation just a little bit behind it. Apparently the country I love the most is France, followed by the UK and Japan. And then the languages that I love the most are Japanese and French. And it's kind of weird that those two things are swapped, actually. And I guess I also just really love Romanian and Korean. Who knew? I'm finding out all kinds of things about myself. Kind of like these themes and nano-genres. The themes and nano-genres that I watch the most. All right, themes. Let's see if we can find a through line here. Terrifying, haunted, and supernatural horror. Gothic and eerie haunting horror. Dreamlike, quirky, and surreal storytelling. And then adrenaline-fueled action and fast cars. Which is maybe the best genre ever. Monsters, aliens, sci-fi, and the apocalypse, westerns, etc. Ooh, wait, there we go. Fairy tale, fantasy, and enchanted magic. Creepy, chilling, and terrifying horror. Twisted, dark, psychological thriller. And sci-fi monster and dinosaur adventures. Dinosaur adventures. Never mind, that's the best genre. Dinosaur adventures. That is by far the best genre that has ever existed. Dinosaur adventures. Can we please, Hollywood, have more dinosaur adventure movies? Hell yeah. And looking at the nano genres, we've got gory, thrills, haunted, spooky, mystery, unsettling, cool, excitement, gripping, humor, laugh out loud, cringe. Just, you know, the stuff that you would expect from someone who watches like horror movies and action movies more than anything else. But what about highest rated? Challenging or sexual themes and twists. Ooh, what a twist. Which is actually hilarious because a film that has twists that I didn't like this year, or rather one that I didn't rate very highly, was Knock at the Cabin, or Cabin in the Woods, or Knock at the Cabin in the Woods. What was the name of that movie? I can't remember. But yeah, apparently I give these types of movies a 4.5. Actually, what were they? Does it show me? Eyes Wide Shut, Boogie Nights, The Doom Generation, and Infinity Pool. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, I gave those movies very high ratings. Ooh, wait, I didn't even rate Infinity Pool. Shame on me. What about for nanogenres, though? Erotic, disturbing, and naked. Is it going to be the same 4 films? Yes, it is. All right, well, I guess we know what kind of films I love the most. The sexy, creepy one. Let's move on now to see the breakdown of what I watched this year. And I guess the 2023 releases were only about a third, which means I watched, 176 movies that were not made in 2023. Now, in fairness, the first part of 2023 was watching a lot of films from 2022 to get up to speed on the Oscars and award season and stuff like that. I imagine the exact same thing is going to happen this year. But I am happy with that. I do want to see as much from film history as I possibly can while keeping up to date with what's going on in cinema. So I think this is a good ratio. I feel like this is a good ratio. Watches and rewatches is not that accurate because I didn't start tracking that. And reviewed versus not reviewed, apparently I only didn't review one film. So whichever film you were, you got lucky probably. I was probably going to roast you to death and then I just didn't. Rating spread. Yeah, it's about how I like to see it. A lot of very average movies, 2.5 to 3. A lot more 3.5 films than I would expect. Very few 5-star films. In fact, what were the 5-star films this year? Eyes Wide Shut and Memories of Murder. And both of those were rewatches. And it's true. Those are both 5-star films. Love those movies a lot. Wait, did a thing happen? Did I do a thing? Am I an old man who doesn't know how things work anymore? Yes. Good thing I'm on Twitch now. Real good spread. I like this. Honestly, this year, I might be a little bit more hard on films because I think I want to have like more 2.5 than 3-star. I want the 3 stars to still mean something. I don't want it to be like a default rating. I gotta remember that 2.5 is like the default rating if it's just fine. Moving on down to stars, I watched 7 films from Michelle Yeoh. That was very much kicked off by the fact that everyone started loving Michelle Yeoh early on in the year, and a lot of her films became available. A lot of her films, Hong Kong films from the 80s, like obviously A Haunting in Venice and Transformers Rise of the Beasts, those classic Hong Kong action films. No, I'm actually talking about Yes Madam, Super Cop, Royal Warriors, Magnificent Warriors, and The Heroic Trio. Magnificent Warriors is so goddamn good, guys. You need to check out Magnificent Warriors. Please go watch it. Great movie. Aside from that, we also saw films I saw films starring Jimmy Stewart, Anthony Wong, a lot of Hong Kong films for Anthony Wong as well. Pete Davidson, which is weird how he kind of just snuck in there. Jamie Lee Curtis, I imagine that's Everything Everywhere All at Once in one of the Halloween films. Ayo Obiri, which I think was Bodies, and wait, how was she in 4 films? Oh, she was in Theater Camp? I totally missed that. But yeah, Bottoms in Theater Camp, and yes, Ninja Turtles and Across the Spider-Verse. True. Cool. Yeah, that's always fun. And then, yeah, just a couple of other random people. Rock Hudson. Love me some Rock Hudson. Chen King Wong, another Hong Kong actor. Archie here made it into a few films. I think that was what? That was Scream 6, Saltburn, and Gran Turismo? Oh, no, he was in Beau's Afraid. Wait, he was in Beau's Afraid? I do not remember that. I do not remember that at all. I do need to rewatch that movie. Also, it's Issa Rae. Hi, Issa Rae. Everyone wave to Issa Rae. All right, let's check out these directors. And this is going to be interesting because there were a few directors this year where I ended up watching retrospectives of theirs at TIFF, so that's why this is skewed somewhat in the way it is. Anthony Mann, interestingly enough, though, he had a selection of films put onto the Criterion Channel where it's Anthony Mann directing Jimmy Stewart, which is why Jimmy Stewart appears 5 times up there as well. All of these are like mostly good. With I think The Naked Spur being the best because it gives you like pure, incredible, angry Jimmy Stewart, which is one of the best Jimmy Stewarts ever. Go check out The Naked Spur if you can. Really, really good Western film. Marta Mazarios is one of those directors who had a retrospective at TIFF. What were the films that she did? Oh, The Inheritance with Isabelle Huppert. Oh, this is one of the best films I saw all year. This was actually the film that made me start rating films. You can read it right here. Okay, fine, I'll start rating films now, and this one is very good. This is a phenomenal film. 9 months, you get to watch a baby being born, which is interesting. And her other 2 films are like not much to write home about, but the Inheritance especially is great. Alan Mack. Who's Alan Mack? Oh, he did all the Infernal Affairs films. That makes sense. Andrew Lo Wai Kong also did all of the Infernal Affairs films. Senjin Suzuki, that was another TIFF retrospective. Catherine Bigelow, I just recently watched Point Break, so that's why she gets in here. Hitchcock, I probably rewatched like The Birds and something else. Oh no, yeah, I watched Marnie and Frenzy. Wait, I didn't watch The Birds this year? I'm sure that I did. I just probably didn't write it down or log it. Crew and studios. Is there anything interesting here? I watched 3 films by this editor who did Ben in the River, The Far Country, and The Tarnished Angels. Interesting. It's this kind of stuff that is just really awesome. Oh, Sven Nykvist for cinematography? Hell yeah. He's Ingmar Bergman's cinematographer, and he also did this action movie called The Last Run, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It also stars George C. Scott, which is fun. George C. Scott later in his career, a lot of fun. Love seeing him in stuff. Anything else here that's weird? Wait, set decoration, Russell A. Gosman, 6 films. What? Ben in the River, The Far Country, Winchester 76, Pillow Talk, 73, The Tarnished Angels, All I Desire. Damn. He's doing good work. Tarnished Angels, that has some good ass production design in it. But that's also cool. You can see that people in the old days, they would just like stick around and work in films forever. It's pretty sick. Any other big ones? Sound. Dan O'Connell, 9 films. Damn, dude, do you just work in every movie? Holy shit. Godzilla the Creator, The Last Voyage of Demeter, Barbie, Oppenheimer. Yo, this guy did Barbenheimer, but for a job. That's insane. I love that. Also did Color of Night, which damn, this guy's been around for a while. Also, Color of Night is like a really bad movie, but hey, well, what can you say? Your most liked review. Of course, it was Past Lives with almost 200 likes now. This is by and far my most liked review of all time. Love that review. It's doing great work for me. And my most liked list was the Cinemateq Top 100. Hey, you think we should do the Cinemateq Top 100 again this year? Yeah, of course we're going to do that. Of course we're going to do that. How can we not? Highs and lows. The highest average film that I saw, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Really good movie. Lowest average film that I saw, Dracula 3000. An absolute piece of shit where... No, it's not LL Cool J. It's not Busta Rhymes. It's... Coolio. Coolio has the most fun ever in his life in this movie. And it's kind of fun to watch for that, but goddamn is it a bad film. Most popular, Barbie. Who would have guessed that the highest grossing film of the year would have been the most popular film that I saw? And the most obscure was probably this random Romanian film that I watched at TIFF as part of a retrospective. Yeah, 26 people have seen this movie. 26. I am one of 26. You know what? This movie actually wasn't that bad. I'm not going to recommend that you go see it. That's why it only got a 3-star. But it's a fun little film. I think it's probably important for the history of Romanian cinema. But aside from that, not a lot going on. Rated higher than average. I can't believe that other people are not giving Eyes Wide Shut 5 stars. Come on. Come on. Also, this other film that I gave 4.5 stars to, is that The Inheritance? I think it is. Yeah, it is. How are more people not on to The Inheritance? Like, how can you be giving that movie 3.5 stars? That has one of the best shots of the entire year that I saw this year in it. Like, come on. Come on. Also, we've got the original Poltergeist here. Subtraction, which is a great Iranian film, I think. Yeah, it is an Iranian film. Really good Iranian film. Nice little thriller about doppelgangers and the such, but like actual doppelgangers, not like aliens or something. I don't know. Real good. Also, Halloween and Memories of Murder. It's nice to see Memories of Murder being this high, but it's also really sad to see Halloween be that low at 3.81. Like, come on, people. Be better at watching movies. Rated lower than the average. Ah, yes, The Color Purple, the film that I did not like, but apparently a lot of other people do. Color of Night, I'm surprised that this one has a 2.5 because it's widely considered one of the worst Hollywood films ever made, especially one of the worst films in the 90s. So the fact that it has like that as a score is mind-boggling. I don't like it. Child, a South Korean action film that I did not care for. Aline, I can't imagine this having that at 3.3 doesn't make any sense. Like, this film is just not good. It's not good at all. Terror Train is another one that's just not great. It's kind of campy. It's kind of fun for an 80s slasher, but let's be real. There's way better stuff out there than that. And Joyride, I only gave a 2-star to. I thought it was kind of okay. Didn't love it, but that's okay because a lot of other people did, and I'm okay with a lot of people liking this movie. That's cool. A lot of people liking Aline though? Nope. Not allowed. Not allowed to happen. And here's all the films I watched in 2023. Pick out your favorite as I scroll through, put it in the comments. It's the world map. And would you look at that? I hit every GD continent possible, baby. Because I think Antarctica isn't here, so it doesn't count. Ha! I win. And I'm actually kind of proud of this, the fact that I'm seeing so many films from all over the world. I feel like there isn't a region in the world that is underrepresented, or rather not underrepresented, but it's weird the way that we would talk about representation in film in this way, because I think I only saw like maybe 4 or 5 films from Africa, but how difficult is it to see films from Africa? I feel like for someone in North America, I'm doing way better than pretty much everyone else by seeing 5 African films. And so I'm pretty happy with this spread, although it does bring me to the challenge that I'm going to set for myself for 2024. And there's funny, interesting ways of doing this challenge with Letterboxd because of the way they count like where a film is from. But I am going to try to color in this entire map for 2024. Every country I am going to try to have be represented when we do this again 1 year from now. That is my goal. That is my promise. And if you don't think I can do it, well, guess what? Many films have like 5 countries listed in where they're from. So yeah, I'm definitely going to cheat, but I do want to get this entire map colored in. I think that would be incredible. And also just overall, see less American films, as we should all be trying to do, even though I know it's very easy for us to all watch American films. And that's it. That's all. My Letterboxd Wrapped is a wrap. What did you think? And how did yours turn out? And what do you think about me trying to watch a film from every country possible? Do you think I can do it? I think I can do it. I think I could definitely do it. If you double dog dare me, I will definitely be able to do it.